Zara Larsson, the Swedish pop singer best known for hits like Lush Life, has always been candid about her values, and she recently shared a clear stance on the kind of music she chooses to include or exclude from her listening habits. In a new interview segment for Cosmopolitan's Cheap Shots series, Larsson addressed a direct question about artists whose songs would never appear on her personal playlists. Her answer was straightforward and unapologetic. She has blocked numerous artists on Spotify specifically because of their histories as abusers. When prompted to name one such artist, Larsson didn't hesitate. She pointed to Chris Brown, stating emphatically that, "You certainly wouldn't find a Chris Brown song on any playlist of hers." Brown has faced multiple legal and public controversies over the years related to allegations and convictions of assault and abusive behavior. In March 2009, he pleaded guilty to a felony charge after physically assaulting his then-girlfriend, singer Rihanna, in an incident that drew widespread attention. Years later, in September 2014, he entered a guilty plea to misdemeanor assault following a separate altercation in Washington, D.C., in October 2013. Larsson's decision to block artists like Brown stems from a broader personal policy. She has taken the step of using Spotify's block feature on multiple musicians whose actions she finds incompatible with supporting their work. For her, listening habits are not just about taste in sound, they reflect her ethics and unwillingness to separate art from the artist's conduct when serious issues like abuse are involved. This isn't the first time Larsson has publicly expressed her feelings about Brown. Back in 2016, during a lighthearted interview that used a Tinder-style swiping game to rate songs, she swiped left on Brown's collaboration Hotel with Kid Ink. When asked why, she explained her position plainly: "I don't like him." She acknowledged his talent, saying she thinks he's a really talented person who can really dance and sing, but she drew a firm line at his character. "But he's not a nice person," she concluded, making it clear that his skills don't override her objections to his behavior. Larsson's comments highlight a growing conversation among artists and fans about accountability in the music industry. By openly blocking abusers on streaming platforms, she uses her influence to signal that talent alone doesn't grant automatic access to her support or attention. It's a personal boundary that she applies consistently, and one she feels comfortable sharing in interviews. The pop star's approach resonates with many who grapple with similar dilemmas, enjoying music while wrestling with the actions of its creators. Larsson doesn't shy away from naming names when pressed, and her example of Chris Brown serves as a concrete illustration of where she draws that line. Her stance encourages reflection on how listeners can make intentional choices about the content they consume. In the broader context of her career, Larsson has built a reputation for being outspoken on issues that matter to her, whether in music, interviews, or social platforms. Blocking artists on Spotify is just one small but deliberate way she aligns her everyday actions with her principles. It also underscores her commitment to fostering safer, more respectful spaces in entertainment, even if it means foregoing music from otherwise popular figures. Ultimately, Larsson's decision reflects a thoughtful balance, appreciating artistry where it exists while refusing to ignore or excuse harmful behavior. By sharing this in a casual interview format, she invites fans to consider their own boundaries without preaching, simply stating what works for her and why.